I mentioned about PM 2.5. This one is also phenomenal. It's really happened, something like that. Okay, to your life, to your student's life, to the teacher's life. Problem-based learning. This one is very close to Arya Satya-based learning. The Four Noble Truths. Would do this, something like that. You see, so you need to study more on what problem-based learning means, something like that. When we say problem-based learning, this is not from Buddhism. You see, so their problem and our problem so much different. So you need to figure out how different, something like that. Because their problem, they never mention about suffering in the same context, as we know. Shati dukkha, birth is suffering, age is suffering. No, their problems, different. Okay, maybe financial problem, maybe political and so on. Okay, something like that. So their problem is so narrow, so superficial, something like that. So you can combine, by the way, to Buddhism. Inquiry-based learning, this is very, very important because inquiry is asking. What will happen in classes that, students are not allowed to ask? Very boring. No participation. Something like that, right? Do you have anything to ask me? Something like that. Now you may not ask. But if you ask, you will impress, you will recognize. Ask me a question. Anyone ask me. Now I am so poor. I don't want to teach. I like to feel it here. Same as you. You see, from today, she will remember this question and answer. Very good. Something. But for those who are listening, you'll not get what I'm, speaking, right? Right? Do you agree? Are you agree? Something like that. So in some class, you need to give them an opportunity to ask, something like that. Okay? This is based on inquiry, asking. Pucha, right? Pucha is one of the elements how to be a great man in Buddhism. Something like that. Okay? Thinking-based learning. You do whatever to let them think, and a lot. Okay. So you can see that even though I'm not specialist in these things, this kind of teaching, but I am more like to specialize in this one lecture class. But we can combine, right? Right now, I have learned a lot about this one, but I can say that I started my teaching life with this lecture-based learning. Do not get it wrong. Lecture-based learning is the same technique or the same method used by the Buddha. You see, lecture-based learning. Think about your monastic routine. You need to fortnightly chanting for Patimokkha, right? That is truly reflect the lecture-based learning. Why you need to invite some monk who can chant, thoroughly for the whole Patimokkha for like 2 hours, and then the rest do nothing but listening to the to certain monastic rules, given by the Buddha, proposed or appointed to one monk to work instead of the Buddha. And if you can trace back to the Buddha's time, when the Buddha still exists, the Buddha sit at the center, right? Surrounded with like thousands of monks. That is truly lecture-based learning. Okay? So do not underestimate the teaching use lecture-based learning. Why I say so? Because modern teachers overlooked this a lot. It's not easy, right? It's not easy to be, to use this time. You need to have knowledge very more. You need to have more knowledge. How about lecturers today? So, my hand is so it's heavy, you know. Okay, can you? Yeah, it's too heavy. Otherwise, if I'm not stop like this when I go home, I need some pain, like this. It's not easy to use this, you know. As we can say, I can say that the modern lecturers or the new or the beginner lecturers or teachers, they don't know about this one. In the same time, they're more likely to use any other types than lecture with a lot of good reason, right? They just to listen up, to give lecture. The student receive from only hearing ability only 25%. I agree, but we should not destroy it. Why? Because if we no longer use it, we forgot what we come from. We come from the great law of the Buddha. So we should follow the great law of the Buddha more or less. Something like that. Okay. So do not misunderstand in that lecture base is for dinosaur teachers. It's not true. Some of the lecture-based learning must be designed to teach, to use together with the rest. Okay. This is very important. Even though today, where anyone can get very information very quick, but still we also need this because lecture-based learning is the only type of the teaching where a teacher can deliver what inside his head and his mind directly, and giving direct knowledge is so much valuable. If I give you the lecture-based learning, if I give you knowledge from my thinking, from my opinions right now, you just cannot find this knowledge from internet. Is that correct? Right? Yeah. And whereas the rest of the learners around the world, they can get to the internet, and maybe you don't know how distorted information you can easily get from the internet. You know what I mean? It's very risky. So that's why lecture-based learning, in my opinion, must be here with us. Okay, do not throw it away. All right. Otherwise, students tends to get more distorted information, wrong information, misinformation, disinformation. They don't know how to act ethically. For example, ChatGPT. If ChatGPT is good, you notice no longer need me. Tomorrow you won't see me because you can ask ChatGPT, Google professor. I am the real teacher. Still be needed to help this. You may not aware ChatGPT, right? You may not aware the bad thing that can happen about ChatGPT. Okay, I'll give you knowledge about 5 minutes. Do you know digital footprint? Digital footprint. Food, PHÁP, print. Footprint is, yes, the footprints are the print of the food. Footprint. Okay. Buddhapada. Yes. Buddhapada, the footprint of the Buddha, something like that, right? Digital is mean it printed digitally into the mainframe of the computer, last for like forever, from now to forever, like 1,000 years, something like that. It means that if you are doing anything in the digital footprint in the computer is one of the digital footprint, right? It means you print your food into mainframe so that anyone around the world who know internet, who can connect to the internet, knows your footprints. What does it mean? It means that ChatGPT help you to create digital footprint fakely. It will help you to become the great thief. Great thief. Plagiarism. Plagiarism. When you steal someone else's idea. Something like that. Even though some of the ChatGPT application, I just know that some of them claim that it avoids the plagiarism. But how can you be sure that in the future we will not have the better version of the plagiarism assessment that can trace back to your digital footprint you did today, something like that. So do not use it 100%, but use it just to get some brief information. Okay, something like that. For me, I never use ChatGPT 100%. After I use ChatGPT, when I get the holistic concept on that one, I will transform that form into my own style of writing again. Because if you use ChatGPT and you directly use the result given from them into your writing, it's very dangerous for you to be claimed in the future. Okay, something like that. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Now,
Yes.
Because there is one big difference between a thief and scholar. What is that? It's the reference. It's the citation. Whatever you write, if it's more than 3 lines, you need to refer to the original resource who said it. 3 lines, okay? But if you copy someone else's idea 3 lines, you are safe. You are safe. Not plagiarism. All right? 3 lines. 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines. But if you start the 4th line, if you copy someone else's idea without refer to them, plagiarism already. So my only one question, do you have footnotes from ChatGPT? Today cannot, right? Yeah. I don't know. Tomorrow maybe they may develop the ChatGPT version, but until now, I haven't seen any ChatGPT program that comes with precise footnotes, specific, precise sentence and paragraph, something like that. Okay, that's it. So right now, if you use 100% from the ChatGPT, you are a thief. This is my conclusion. You are a thief. Is it too strong? I must say this. Be careful. Be careful, okay? There are a million ways to reform, okay? Something like that. I think that my students in this class have more ability than other students in Buddhist studies. Why? Because you are studying linguistics. We study in deep parts of speech. It's very good in syntax and the structures, morphologies. You must know, deep in detail about how sentences, paragraph formed together. So I'm talking about the result from ChatGPT. Yeah, do not use it directly, yeah, Gail. But you can switch noun, adjective, adverbs, switch it. How to call rephrase, rephrase it. We also another program to rephrase one of the ChatGPT, right? I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But I have heard about. You don't know, right? Something like that. Okay. So in conclusion, using ChatGPT only is not good for you. It's risk. Okay. So if you would like to use it, I suggest that you use together with others programs to help you with this. Okay. ChatGPT and Leafface application or Google Translation or in the Microsoft Words. Yeah, this Microsoft Word also have translation function, right? Any kinds, okay, and the rest. If you use it wisely, your digital footprints, will be originally created by you, okay? All right. Yes. So you do not need to go to the jail. Yes, I mean it. Not Thai jails. Okay, everywhere you go. Why? Because the digital footprints, everyone in this world who can use computer can use, right? Police, students, teachers, programs, they use. It's not only used by me, by you. It's used by Micha Achiwa, by tips, by bad guys, by gangsters, by you know. Today we are in the very complex world of AI, right? Something like okay, yeah. So this I don't want everyone to be in great danger in the future. It's not only you. You must think about your supervisors. Your supervisors will be put in jail as well together. Okay? So you're not alone. Okay, be careful, right? Especially in my assignment. Be careful. Write by yourself. You know my style? Yes. I try to avoid using ChatGPT. I prefer to use Google Translation, face by face. I type in Thai, that Google Translation. I type in Thai sentences, one paragraph, and then I use English one to use one. This safe. This is safe. Why? Because nothing to do with AI. It's my writing. So I use only Google Translation. Just in some case where I just have no idea. I just don't know what is it. For example, brain-based learning. I will ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT will give you, very good answer. But I never do that answer directly to mine. I will paraphrase. I will read the ChatGPT result, right? And then I paraphrase. Or sometimes I just start up new writing using Google Translation. Okay, I think this is very well for me. If you have better ways, do it, but do not use ChatGPT directly. Okay, right? Good. I wanted you. I wanted you. English, please. English, please. What are you talking about? You love ChatGPT, right? You are honest, monk. It's like addicted, right? Okay, I will go quite fast, okay, because you guys have very good knowledge on the Dhamma doctrines. Bhikkhu Patimokkha, the fundamental precepts and their numbers of rules in Vinaya Pitaka. This is one of my lecture. Okay, I composed one article talking about the different rules of the Vinaya Pitaka. Why? Because even though the Buddha suggests us in the Vinaya Pitaka, very huge Pitaka, right? One among the trees, but sadly that the numbers of the monastic rules are still in doubt, right? Only within one Nikaya THERAVADA. No need to talk about Mahayana, VAJRAYANA, your younger brothers and sisters, right? They have different types of rules, different numbers of rules. I'm not talking about their rules. I'm talking about THERAVADA numbers. 2 different countries, different rules. Answer. How about in Myanmar? How many rules of monks? 2,000. 2,200 is very difficult. 2,000. 227, same as Thailand. But you know, in Thailand, not every Thai monks follow 227. You know what? This is the good topic. This is like top of the time. Some of the monastics, they study only the Buddha Vajrayana, the teachings of the Buddha. So the rest that the Buddha did not give us directly, they are not count. Big problem, right? Yeah, big problem. So the number from 2 to 7, according to them, they are not followed. we have a big problem because even though the Supreme Sangha Council of Thailand, Mahathera Samakom, cannot do anything about this one. Something like that. So they choose to follow 115, something like that. How about you? What do you think? Maybe you can, if you do not want to follow 227, then you can join their party. You're very popular, okay? Something like that. So that's why I wrote this article, okay, regarding the Patimo. Okay, this one I start with the problem. Do you think it is the main problem that is causing so much chaos in today's society? If I start with problem, what kind of teaching method? Program-based learning. Yes. Or Ariya Satya-based learning. Application of Ariya Satya-based learning in the subject name linguistics and teaching English, our subject. Yeah, something like that. Okay. There are many problems happen, right? But my focus is that if you do not have good precepts or good rules, the rest will be destroyed. Right? Something like that. Just like the Buddha, in the commentary of the Vinaya named Tamanta Pasadika, very huge one. Okay. At one time, before the first Sankhayana or Sankhiti, Patama Sankhiti, first concept, there was a conversation between how many? 500 and headed by Mahakassapa, right? Yeah. That conversation, they asked Mahakassapa this word. They say that Pante Mahakassapa, Viniyo Nama Putra Sasana Sa Ayu, Viniyate Putra Sasana Itang Hoti. Pante Mahakassapa, the great Mahakassapa, the name of Viniyo Nama, the name of Vinaya, the name of monastic. Yeah. Putra Sasana Sa Ayu is the age of Buddhism. So Vinaya is the age of Buddhism. Why? Vinayotito Buddha Sasana Kitang. Vinayotito, as long as Vinaya or monastic exists, Buddha Sasana exists. Kitang. So it means that monastic rules 2 to 7 that you guys are observing is the age of Buddhism. Why? If you violate a lot, there is no sasana because the person like me, the person like Ying, like Gail, you have more belief, right? And if so, you guys are in great danger. No devotees to give you clothes, the full requisites, something like that. Okay, so one good thing about Vinaya is it's so important. If Vinaya is the name, is the age of Buddhism, then all kinds of regulations also must be the same name, must be the age of humanity. Right? One Thai forest monk, very popular, Buddha Thasa Pico. He said about if we do not have Hiri Otapa, the world will be destroyed. Something like that. So it's quite important to observe to the precept, right? If you can violate precepts or rules, it means that you have no hiri, afraid, or shamelessness. Something like that. It's very important for those who would like to apply the concept of Vinaya. You need to grab this point. And if you understand this point, you don't need to understand everything. You will have a very good knowledge about the law, the law, กฎหมาย the constitutional law, the international law, the traffic law, any kinds of law, regulations, MCU, martial law. You always bring us back to your country, right? Martial law, right? Martial law. Things like that. University law, students law, dormitory law, classroom law, right? Course outline law. You know it's not that law, but it's a kind of law, which is understandable through the concept of Vinaya. Is that correct? You see, we talk about the whole sasana, the whole system of thinking, of practice, is dependent on nothing, not the teaching of the Buddha directly, not Dhamma, not Abhidhamma, but on the disciplines of you guys. You see, so this one is an example that you can apply. Okay, so if I ask you to apply, I'm going to ask you from after this, there will be activity based to ask you to apply the Vinaya. No, you're not applying that. We will apply the concept of Vinaya into your topic of interest, into your teaching English. You know, you can apply, but you need to know exactly what it is. I'm talking about course outline. I'm talking about regulation. I'm talking about rules and etiquettes. You know etiquettes. Yes. Yeah. What student should do, what students must do, what student should not do, must not do. You know, under the concept of Vinaya. All right. If you are not clear enough on these regulations within the class, your student will not respect you. You see. But if you have a very good discipline, student will respect you in the same way as we respect the Lord Buddha, right? Why? Because he doesn't have only vicha, he has charana, right? Charana is action, is practice, including Vinaya, something like that. So I truly respect to the monastic, to the groups, especially to the monastic rules that you guys observing. So if I can see or detect or know that some monks violated, I choose not to give healing. So this is basic things. And this is how Vinaya of this is very important. Okay? This one. This Buddha words, in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, the Sutta regarding the last day of the Buddha said this to Ananda, because when Buddha was alive, every bhikkhu, vasika who would like to see the Buddha can see, right? But Ananda just curious that what will happen after the demise of the Buddha. So he asked that, what will happen for those who would like to talk Dhamma to you, listen to the Dhamma to you after you pass away. The Buddha said it. Yo Anandamaya Dhammo Video Tesito Panyato. So Mahayana Sattha, right? Yes. Ananda. The doctrine and the discipline, in English, one man is enough, but in Pali, 2 and 3. That I have set forth
Lie down.
The discipline yo is Sarpanam, how to pronounce that?
Yes.
Then, right? That I have set forth and Panyat, right? To you guys, to you all, right?
Yes.
So, those doctrine and discipline will be your teacher, Satthana.
Yes.
Not me, not I, but doctrine and the discipline will be our teacher after I am gone. Not again. What does it mean? It means that our
The teaching will be
founder is not the Buddha who passed away, but his teaching and his discipline to do something. So, from this point, the original name of our sasana was not Buddha sasana.
What?
It should be the Dhamma and Vinaya sasana. You see, because the word Buddha sasana came in the commentaries. So that's not the point. The point is that if the Buddha say like this, they are our teacher. Half of our teacher is Vinaya. You see, right? You cannot see Abhidhamma. Why?
in the Dhamma.
Yeah,
Yes.
because Abhidhamma has been separated
Yes.
later
Yes.
at the third Sankayana. Something like that. So, Abhidhamma is here. Okay, it's very important. This is the meaning. Okay, meaning in your class you can study meaning to your studies to your students. All right, something like that. And then when you can explain English, Pali, and you can also include your local language to have like 3 languages in your English class. Very funny. Yeah, your student have get a lot of knowledge, many knowledge. This is the method of settle down the 227. It's not come overnight. Yeah, but it's came from the knowledge of monks in the Buddha time. The 4 mistakes, the asava. I think there's no need to explain the lecture if you make you drowsiness, sleepy. Okay. Just go back to your topic. No. Okay, so you guys can still remember your own topic, right? Your own topic you can still remember, right? Okay. Think, pair, share. If I begin with think, what kind of method I am using?
Thinking based.
Thinking based learning, and so on. Okay. So, I would like you to think about your title. Okay, the title of assignment. You remember, right? Yeah. And you need to. This is my command, okay? Apply the concept of Vinaya. Okay, I should put it in the bracket. Discipline. Okay. To your topic of assignment. What you need to do? Apply. Apply what? Apply concept of Vinaya. Okay, something about the monks' rules and so on. Okay, you can think beyond Buddhism. Think about the regulations, schools, your classroom, and whatever. Okay, to your topic of assignment. I will give you think 5 minutes in silence. No ask. Okay, no asking. You think. Because I believe that the topic you created, yeah, it's nothing to do with Vinaya. Now it's like a new, new thing, new challenging thing. Are you ready? Yeah. Do you have any questions? Can you talk about your topic? Yes. Yeah. You can say you relate Vinaya to topic. Relate or apply something. Integrate, apply, relate, link, whatever.
So if our topic is not related to that,
You must do it. I force you. It's impossible. Remember, I said earlier this morning, every single thing in this world, from atomic particle to the universe, can be explained to the Buddhist teachings I exist. At first, you need to try, even though you don't believe that it's related, it can be limited. At least you must try in 5 minutes. Any questions you can ask? Make sure you ask me. Okay, if no questions, 5 minutes. No ask. Work silently, okay? Assignment, yeah.
apply ระหว่าง
That I have shown.
วิธีเนี่ย apply ระหว่าง
Okay, I'm not count the time yet, okay? Let me ask. Okay. I will show you, okay? This one.
yes
Link to this.
yes
You link Vinaya into it, okay? Okay, I give you example. Vanasiri.
yes that's it
Okay. I give him that's example. Monastic administration. Oh, very easy, yeah.
Yes.
Admin system. So Vinaya is here. You need to apply what kind of Vinaya in what way. How about this one? Impact of mindfulness on language accusation. This one. MAHAYANA. It looks unrelated, right? Sati. It looks unrelated. Mindfulness on language accusation. If you cannot think about anything, how about the room regulations, homework, or anything that you give instruction into it in order to carry on this rule, accusation of language. I don't know. Okay?
Yeah.
Start. 5 minutes.
silently.
Minute.
Please follow the rules, okay?
Yes.
This is Vinaya. This is activities instruction. It's not allow you to talk.
Write it down, so you know. Ask your professor. Chatbot or Google professor is not this one, by work by yourself.
Five seconds left.
Not so little. I give you 30 seconds. more. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Stop thinking. Ah. What do you feel? Thinking by yourself? Sleepy? Sleepy, yeah? Sleepy? Have no idea. Where am I? What I am doing about my topic? Can I change my topic? Is it possible? How can I apply Vinaya? Okay, that is the thinking process. Stop thinking process. Now, pairing. So you pair, okay? You find your own soulmate. Okay. You pair by yourself. Yeah, you find by yourself right now. You're pairing. Okay. 2 students per 1 group. Anyone that you love or hate. Okay. Start. And then you face to face. You pair. You find soulmate and you face to face. Okay. Anyone. When you pair, you face to face, okay? Yes. You hate it. Yes. You must. Yeah, face to face. You find. You must find your couple. Not yet. You wait for my comment. How about you? How about this one? You must find. 3 is not. Pair. Share. You have only 1 group that have 3 students. Right? Maybe this one, right? Okay, feminine. Women group. This one, right? Okay. Now, you pair, right? You pair already? You do not have?
Yes.
Couple.
Already, yeah.
Now it's time to share. It's time to share. Share your opinion. First, listen carefully. First, you let your friend know your idea. Okay? Idea of application Vinaya into your topic. Okay, maybe 5 minutes. And another 5 minutes, you switch. You let your friend share something like that. Okay, so I give you guys 10 minutes to share your idea of application. Start it.
Apply luôn. Nó ngắn thì nó ngắn thì còn cái sự gì nó sẽ
Okay. It's not possible.
nếu như mà apply the concept of Vinaya thì apply the so you are topic Vinaya nó đang là Vinaya apply
One topic or one topic?
One group, two topic. But your group maybe three topic. Yeah,
Newcomer.
all newcomer. Okay, that's okay. So three topic. So you learn. You can ask his opinion.
Yes,
Maybe you not think happy.
yes.
You have 5 minutes left. It's time to switch to the another student.
We can host all you finish. All you finish.
If we call with the body plan, I have to say what you say. Good to be there. How do you do that?
Our this group finish come up.
Oh, yeah.
Not yet. We have three members.
Yes. Yeah, but then you really follow India of that, discipline, follow the discipline.
Okay, 10 seconds, 10 seconds left. Okay, thumbs up. Thumbs up and stop sharing. Stop sharing.
Yes.
Okay, stop sharing. Stop sharing. Stop sharing. So think, pair, share, stop. Okay, how do you feel? How do you feel when you was thinking? You still remember?
Yes.
How do you feel when you share? PhD study. It's very easy for you to ask your Google after the class. How about the monastic? How about the different, even the hot topic that really happened in Thai society, the separation of the different rules, the separation of the monastic rules in Thai society. You can easily search in the Google, right? So this is your burden, okay? So I will move to another doctrine that is also very, very popular. Do you know this one? The first one. What is this in Pali? Paticcasamuppada, right?
Yes.
Dependent origination.
Yes.
You guys have very good knowledge. Very good background. Yeah. Because if you ask someone who's not familiar with the Buddhist terms, absolutely impossible for them to know dependent origination, right? The English word, this word, it's very, how to call it, vast. What is it? Dependent origination. You guys know this because you have read a lot of Buddhist English doctrines, right? So that you know that all dependent origination, dependent coordination, dependent co-arising, dependent, and so on. But in Pali, we have only one word, that is Paticcasamuppada, okay, which have some synonyms as well in the Pali, and even though they are not the same word, but it can be described from other Pali words as well. So, Itappaciyata, Tattata, and what else? Even Patthana, or what else? Yamaka. Can? Maybe not, right? Because Yamaka is the to scale. I mean the content of the Yamaka text in explaining Paticcasamuppada, dependent origination. Yeah, but the word itself, Yamaka is in pair.
Yes.
So if you use the word Yamaka, if you link that word, then you need to explain something like that. And the Four Noble Truths, the core teaching of the Buddha. why I say the core teaching of the Buddha, the core teaching, why I say that it consists of two things. So can you, if I'm not teaching, if I'm not giving any lecture, do you know the common things about the two doctrines, Paticcasamuppada and the Ariya Satya? What is the common thing between the two Buddhist principles? Cause and effect. Okay, what else? More than one answers. Do not afraid. What else? Level Vimala. What else? Rely on each other. Okay, this one we can explain rely on each other, but this one maybe is not that correct, rely on each other. But yes, why not? Okay, what else? Common thing, same thing between the two doctrines.
Based on liberation.
Sorry?
Based on liberation.
Based on
Based on liberation. Freedom.
ways of liberation. Really? Okay, way, right? Where is the way in amongst the four noble truths? Makha. If Makha is the fourth. Fourth, right? How about this one? Where is Makha? The true things. Something like that. If you use the way, then you need to explain. Same as in what next? Common thing. Actually, there is just only one common thing about this, between them. Truth. It's about truth, or it's about suffering. It's about suffering. Yes. Yes, it's about suffering and the cause of suffering. That's it, right? Really? Cause, the truth. Where is the truth amongst the four truths? I mean, where is the truth of suffering among the four truths? First and the second, right?
Yes.
How about the way or the eradication of suffering? The last two, right? The third and fourth. How about this one? Dependent origination. Avisha, Pachya, Samkhara, Pachya, Vijnana, and so on. Depending on ignorance, then mental formation arise. Consciousness, right? Avisha, Pachya, Samkhara, mental formation. Yeah, depending on mental formations, consciousness arise, something like that. So where is the suffering part? You must answer. Okay. Maybe good idea. I'll show you. This is it. This is it. There are two types of explaining, right? Right? Nirodha, Vara, right? It's like teaching. Patiyoma. Anuloma, Patiyoma. It's about extinction. It's about cause, something like that, right? We can take this to compare to the Four Noble Truths. In brief, the two teachings, the cause of the Buddha, talking about nothing but suffering and the way of, right? And the way of suffering, that's it. Okay. And that should be the core teaching, because according to the two teachings, if the Buddha strike into the suffering, and this kind of suffering proposed newly by the Buddha, differs from another kind of suffering in the same time. From now to then, right? The specific explanation regarding suffering given by the Buddha Yeah, was so profound, unlike any other sasana. Is that correct? You agree? Yes. If you talk, if you go to the hospital, if you get sick, you go to the hospital, the doctor will name your suffering differently, right? And oh, wonderful, you got a physical sickness. Even when they claim that you are in the mental sickness, different from Buddhism, right? Right? Something like that. Okay. So the teachings of these elements, yeah, that depend on each other to arise, is so subtle and it's not good for beginners. It's good for only the one who have very detailed knowledge, something like that. Why? Because it's regarding about the noble truth, about the suffering, about the way of eradication of suffering, about the nirodha. So before applying these doctrines to anything, you need to be very careful, okay? เห็นไหม Yeah, there's a lot. I don't want to make you sleepy. Also, we have Paticca later explanation from Myanmar version with some arrows. According to your beloved sacred Siadol explanation,
Yes.
I think that's very nice, very similar to the one from VAJRAYANA explanation. This is one. This is later explanation. Yeah, different style, something like that. They put anything. It's like Dhamma quest. Yeah, right. The three at the core, they have like the three different animals to indicate the root of the devil. Maybe this is like this is wolf, dog. Should be pig. Some different drawer. They put pig. But this one, this is like I don't know. With 4 legs, eating head of the snakes. Yeah. And this one, what is it? Chicken. Chicken is grabbing or eating tails of the snake. And chicken also doesn't something like that. Yeah. Do you know what are they? What are they? Huh? Maybe the 3 devils, devil roots. Loba, dosa, moha. Which one should be a representative of dosa? Why?
Yes.
Always angry.
Always angry. Yeah. If you see with the poisonous snakes, it's like a person with gun have a deadly weapon, right? You just shoot, boom, you are dead. So snake as well have poison, something like that. Okay, so we have already dosa. How about loba? We have pig, dog or pig, and we have chicken. Loba, which one should be loba representative? Pig, not dog or chicken. Pig. Why? Different interpretation. But according to my knowledge, pig is a representative of the greedy. Loba. Why? Because pig eats everything. Pig, right? And the way they eat, have you ever heard? And they eat everything, right? Yeah, something like greedy. So whenever you eat your pita, greedy eat. It's like pig eating. Sometimes I did. Yeah, when I was so hungry, starving today, right? I'm greedy. But how can think about Vinaya. How can you eat that? You should, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Time teaching.
Huh?
Time teaching or minor teaching.
Vajrayana later text. Later text. It's like 1,000 of years after the release of the Buddha.
Maybe one second.
This one. You can study indeed by yourself.
Finally, they check the
This is only the three kinds of read level. How about this one?
Ignore it.
Yeah, they have white, black.
More.
White
How many?
is
How many?
only two, and this one is different age.
White.
Okay, you study by yourself. Okay,
Yes, yes.
that's a lot of explanation. Maybe this one is a white dhamma. Good action. Maybe this is a bad action. Kusala kamma. Okay. Good. Who is this? Could be the Buddha, right? By standing on the lotus and have the, like Chapana Ramsi, the 6 radiance. Who is this? Who is this? Ananda?
Báo các bạn ạ. Báo các bạn.
I don't know. Sorry. Then you need to ask the painter. Is it like that? This is very interesting for us to study. Yeah. Why sometimes I say I don't know. Because I'm not sure. So I don't know. Maybe I am here in the black zone, okay? Not here. Who said, Sanu? Who said? You expect something from him? Sanu. Satu. I'm not there. Something like that. Regarding the different interpretations on the Buddhist teachings, okay, this is maybe one of the Buddhist painting based on Buddhist doctrine, right? You need to be very careful. Okay, why I say according to this picture, yeah, I have no idea who is this. Why? Because the one who can give you the correct answer, you know who? The one who can give you that. Who is this? Only the painter.
Yes.
I mean, because we have studying them. Because different painting, different format, different inscription. Once I would like to share some of my experience. I get it by myself. Like more than 20 years ago, I went to the Sangwechaniya Sathana, the four sacred places, Lumpini, and something like that. And when I went to the National Museum of the India, enshrined with the Buddha statue, Pang Dhammacakkappā Vattana Sutta style. Then there's a lot of deities, and the Buddha was placed at the core, right, and surrounded with diyas. At the deer park is right? So they put the diyas, but the ground or the basement, there are 6 monks. Do you know who is the 6th? Should be 5 only, right?
Yes.
It should be 5 only, but right?
Yes.
Who were the witnesses of the enlightenment of the Buddha at that time, according to history, right?
Yes.
But according to that one, it won the national prize, right? 6. Can you guess? Huh? Not correct.
No.
Try again. No. Try. Whoever. You can give the answer.
Including Buddha.
No. Try. No, finish the course right now. You cannot guess.
It's depends on the Veda.
I don't know.
Would you like to know who is that? Seems like not monk, but seems more like a lady. So one lady, 5 months. 5 months, you know, right? One lady who is
One lady.
lady. Yes. No. No. Do you know the answer I get?
What is it?
The answer I have got.
Thì giờ số này à vậy?
I asked the monk who lead the team, right?
Yes.
He have very knowledge.
Yes.
Even he don't know. So we asked the founder of that museum. He said that the sixth one is the one who donate for that sculpture. So the correct answer is donator.
Creation.
You cannot guess.
Yeah.
You see?
It's not. Maybe good.
Maybe. You see that some of the information you just cannot get it from Google. You need to go to the field study to ask to interview someone. Something. So this one, as well, I just don't know.
What that would be that?
Yeah. I go really fast. Okay. This may be the brief conclusion about the common things. The core teaching. Actually, core teaching has only one, but why? It's two. Yeah. Because if you claim that the dependent origination was the core teaching, yeah, this is according to the text that it says that in the Vinaya, right, that says QUČC, no, the fifth book, something like that, the minor Vinaya, it says that after after enlightenment of the Buddha spent first 7 days.
Yes.
What? Yeah, his first watching dually about dependent origination. So this is, we can claim that according to this history, we can claim that this is the core of the teaching, something like that. Okay, but according to the Four Noble Truths, yeah, in suttas mentioned about this as well in the in the context of the Buddha, in the context of the sutta that mentioned about in detail. Yeah, later that the Buddha first. The Buddha said his words to Panchavati, right? And interpret something like that. So according to that, to different resources, we can claim that they are one. Things like that. Dependent. The first group regarding dependent arising and extinction. Okay. Because of this arise. Because of this extinction. Decrease, something like that. According to the Four Noble Truths, everybody know very good, right? The first, the second truths regarding suffering and dukkha. Dukkha Ariyasajjang and dukkha samudaya Ariyasajjang. Yeah, where the third and the fourth mention about the end of suffering, nirodha, and the dukkha nirodha kamini patipatthana Ariyasajjang. Yeah, the noble truth regarding the path leading to the cessation of suffering. So this is like very brief to show. Okay. Some of you use Four Noble Truths. You see? No one use this. Not yet, right? Okay. So which one? Okay, right now, before the end of this class, I would like to pair again, to pair them, but this time, your pairing, your member should not be the same. Okay, you need to find another one.
Cannot be the same. Okay, do it right now. And then I will give the order. Prepare it first. You find someone first. You find someone first. I'm not getting you find first. You find first. You change from Vinaya to the four noble truths. Some of you smiling. Oh, wow. Okay. Instead of Vinaya, okay, let's apply the concept about the four noble truths to your topics outside. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so why don't you fetch that? Please sit face to each other so that I can know that you already got your pen. Okay. Can you face each other? One, can you face each other?
Yes.
Come on. You have 5 minutes only. 5 minutes to share. Now this time you do not need to think, you share. Sudden share. Just share.
Anh được qua.
Để gọi lại.
Thì nó con gái nó bao nhiêu câu được.
E questi
Can you come earlier, like 2:45? 3:30. Like, can you come earlier? Can you come earlier? Can you come at 2:45 for another 20 minutes? Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Bye bye.
We don't have much.
All right, everyone, you have 20 seconds left. Okay, everyone, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Stop sharing. Still want to share more. Okay, everyone, stop sharing. Please go back to your seat.
Please don't share.
Please be cooperated, okay? So that we can stop the class. When I say stop the class, everyone stop talking, stop sharing. Good. So, well, any group who think that you cannot apply this teaching to your title, you can raise your hand. We'd like to see more on your sharing. Who cannot who cannot apply the Four Noble Truths to your title?
Everybody can. And then the whole of
Can.
can apply in every situation.
Can, right? Easier, right? Easier, right? Yeah, especially the Four Noble Truths. One thing that I love most about Four Noble Truths is that it's applicable to almost every profession. Doctor, student, teacher, a couple, husband and wife, whatever, whoever, right? Government, because it's mentioned about what problem and the way to solve problem. UN, United Nations, international government. Yeah, something like that, right? But the thing is that one big difference between the Four Noble Truths and the general problem and solution is noble. Noble is noble. The noble word, Ariya word. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Ariya word.
Yes.
So before application, whenever make sure that you're not mix up everything. Okay. When doctor apply the concept of noble truths, there is nothing to do with noble. Okay. All right. The doctor kill patients according to their symptoms in order to get the normal or the physical healthy. Unlike Buddhism, right? Unlike Buddhism, we understand we understand the Four Noble Truths to attain to the Nibbana, noble fruit. Okay, right? This is the point before explanation. Yeah. What can you get from this activity? Think, pair, share between the two times. The first time I allow you to think. So you have like 5 minutes to have, to talk to yourself, 5 minutes. But the second time, you did not have any chance to think. I asked you to share. How different or same? How different? Make no difference or make big difference or I don't know. Venerable Vilasa, what do you think?
For the first one, when we think, sometimes we lack of confidence, but we are thinking is true or correct or incorrect. It's lack of confidence. But for the second time, we can discuss with our friend. And our friend can make like, this is true. Give me more confident. And for other person, we can share very comfortable.
So you mean the second time it's more comfortable to share, right?
And confident. Confident to share.
Do you agree? Maybe the rest may disagree. Maybe someone will feel comfortable to think first. What do you think? How about your guest? Same with him, or you have different idea? You should not have the same idea, right? He is right. But it doesn't mean the rest of you is wrong, So you should come up with different idea. What do you think between the two times? First or second that you love better, that you like better, or same?
The second time is better.
About Mahamil.
Yes.
So you agree with Venerable Vilasa, right?
Yes, I agree with.
I would like to hear before this class, okay? I would like to hear someone who have different idea than them. Who think that the first time it's better.
Because we had the time to think before we prepare work. Wait, we go to them. Because we have some information in our mind.
How about you? You agree with him?
That's like thinking, so it's about this again like this. I like
This is what I expect for. The result from different students should come differently, right? Especially PhD. All of you is correct. Why? Because it's come from your reason, right? Do not cheat or do not trick to your thinking. Sometimes you just need to dare enough to stand out of the room and say that I think differently, right? Something like that. But most of the time, we tend to agree to the first student who share, right? Then you may be shy, or I don't know, or you have no idea that you always agree to your friends. Sometimes it's not something like that. Okay. For me, when I was a student, I prefer to complete the whole 3 steps: think, pair, and share. That promote my confidence. But you see, like I said, some of the students may not think like me. Okay, so now you are a student. Whatever you learn today, you need to apply to your profession, to your teaching. Do not expect the same opinion from your different, students, because they are not. You see, something like that. The point is that you need to let them share. You need to convince them to have a strong feeling, to have like self-confidence, right? You guys mentioned about self-confidence. So the point is that how could a teacher ignite some fire from the students? So this is quite the point. Okay. Any questions? Okay, no question. Very good. So the class dismissed. Let's pay homage.
Sama sambuddho bhagavan Buddhang bhagavantam vivadevi Swakadho bhagavata dharmo dhammasami Swakadho bhagavato sangho
See you next week.
You are here. Cô bé nhà cô thì chị nhà họ bây giờ cô bé của bạn về cô bảo